Hey, welcome back lads. So we are now just a couple of weeks away from Modern Warfare 2 Season 2, but as we have already talked about, Modern Warfare 2 is very stale, and you could even say it's dying, and a couple of DLC maps is not gonna really do enough to save it, is it? No, I think Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer needs a complete overhaul, some massive changes to turn it in the right direction. Instead of being negative and just saying that it's dying like we have already done, I want to put a bit of a positive spin on it, and kind of look at what could and should be done to save it. I mean, some new content like DLC maps and weapons are of course something that we expect to see and would be nice, but we need more to actually change the multiplayer experience. A great example and something that I really want to see is the return of old school classic Modern Warfare Ground War, which is simply normal multiplayer but with 9 players on each team instead of 6. So that just makes the game a lot more faster paced and action packed, so there should definitely be something like that, or the combat pacing feature from Vanguard, which was kind of similar. So what that does is essentially turn every single map into a shipment-like experience where there are players in action around every corner, even the bigger maps, and that's what people want to see nowadays, that kind of all-out chaos, and that feature alone kept me interested in Vanguard multiplayer for quite a long time actually, longer than most people, and that is what Modern Warfare 2 needs. It would really spice up the entire experience, which would be great. Now, talking more about a complete overhaul, I also think that they just need to go back to a more classic multiplayer style. Like, I think most people would now agree that the gameplay style, features, and just design of this new Modern Warfare series just isn't working. I mean, stuff like not having dead silence as a perk, no regular minimap, and I know people have complained about that stuff for, well, years now, going back to the last Modern Warfare, but it needs to change because it just simply isn't working well. Another thing about that is like the entire perk system is just stupid, and attachments having way too many downsides more than positives. Man, people just don't want that ultra realism to have a negative effect on the gameplay, but it is. Like, Call of Duty is not that type of game. They need to go back to a more, as I said, classic style. Something else that we desperately need is an update to the game's menus and UI, because that is also having a negative effect on the game, not just because the menus suck and are hard to navigate, but there isn't even a dedicated challenges tab in the menu, so it almost feels like that addicting grind of having the seasonal challenges is just missing, but it is there, it is in the game, just hidden at the bottom of the menus, and there is only a calling card selection menu that shows off the challenges, but not an actual challenges dedicated tab, and there isn't a separation between the regular career challenges and the season challenges. So that is just like, bruh, come on. Like, no thought was put into that. I've talked a lot about that because I care a lot, but another part of the game that needs a complete overhaul is the entire Ground War experience, and I could probably sit here and ramble for like hours about this, but I put my thoughts into some tweets the other day when it's kind of fresh in my mind, that basically all the maps need reworks to restrict access to a majority of the rooftops and rework the placements of the objectives, because the map design is an atrocity. It is terrible, and also, for the love of God, significantly decrease the amount of vehicles that spawn in, especially the big ass heli, because that is what gives people access to a lot of the rooftops and can also transport an entire enemy team across the map or teleport them there. So it basically breaks the spawn trap, and also that is for, like, you know, there is a reason why Boots on the Ground War in the last Modern Warfare game was so popular. That was Ground War without any vehicles, and it was a mode that the community basically asked to stay in the game, continuously rotated in and out because the vehicles are just annoying. But yeah, that is essentially what Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer needs to do to survive. Add new content, listen to the community's feedback, and make appropriate changes, like giving up on the stupid gameplay designs and features, and make Ground War more like it was in Modern Warfare 2019. Oh yeah, and also adding in something like old school Ground War or combat pacing, and changing the perk system, stuff like that, right? So it's just kind of, I feel like you'd say that about any Call of Duty, but like, just a couple of changes here or there and it could have been so much better, you know, or it's things done differently here or there. Like, there's potential, but it's not reaching that potential. But yeah, that's about that. So stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.